couldn't wait to start going on the airplane so I could interview the pilots and find out what they knew about UFOs. Well, in 1967, I quickly found out they didn't like to talk about it because they were told to never report them and to not talk about them. There was a cover up, a definite cover up. But of course, we would talk when we'd go out to dinner and, privately and whatever. It wasn't, but in the cockpit, they would kind of freeze up some of these guys that didn't know me, made them very nervous. It was all men flying for my airline back then. And they were very skilled pilots. Some of them had flown in World War II. Many of them came along that were Vietnam and, military pilots. And I used to ask them too if they had ever had an experience of what they felt was divine intervention on the airplanes. And yes, I heard that many times. I can especially remember being on a DC-6 and the captain had flown World War II. And he said, absolutely. He said, I was in a situation that never should have resolved itself the way it did. And it was like divine intervention. And they told me about those Foo Fighters that pilots were seeing over in Europe during the war. Lots of mysterious things. We used to like to talk about the Bermuda Triangle and what that was all about. I remember one night we were having dinner in a restaurant, a couple of the pilots and flight attendants, and one of the pilots talked about how he had lost a very good friend while he was in the military because he was doing an exercise over Alaska in a fighter jet by himself.